Dead Effect 2 VR is a sci-fi first-person shooter. It's available for the Vive and Rift for about $25 US. Here's my review of it in its current state as of October 2017. Starting with the story, which is the most fleshed out story I've ever experienced in VR. The short version is that you're a super soldier who's woken up in a lab on a gigantic spaceship, the inhabitants of which want you dead with a few exceptions. The story is told through a wealth of dialogue and a number of tablets scattered throughout the world. For those who don't care about the story, conversations can be largely skipped, questions left unasked, and tablets left where they are. My only gripe is that the game does end on a somewhat abrupt to be continued, presumably in a future update. The characters in this game are very well modelled and have an uncannily convincing presence. The voice acting is well done for the most part, though some accents are of questionable authenticity.
Should be simple. Most of the implants are designed to boost your efficiency, your vision.
We need him. With his technical skills, we have a chance to survive, and I'm sure he'll be willing to help us.
Now for the gameplay, which comprises both story missions as well as a wealth of side missions, all of which can be replayed at any time. Overall, it took me 9 hours to finish the game on medium, while only showing a passing interest in the non-essentials. The gameplay itself will see you either running, gunning, looting, or hacking, the latter of which involves either tweaking a waveform, matching tiles, or crunching numbers. Completing levels earns you money, used to buy, sell and upgrade weapons, armor and augmentations, as well as ability and skill points, which are used to unlock and upgrade an assortment of special abilities. Moving on to enemy, which includes soldiers, zombies of ample variety, night crawlers, brogs, cyber ninjas, and the occasional boss. The enemy AI is overall very good. Soldiers give the convincing appearance of coordination and tactics, which is all the more apparent on higher difficulties. That brings us to weapons, of which the game features both single-handed weapons as well as two-handed weapons, which can either be held two-handed as God intended, or one-handed with questionable accuracy. I love this system, and would love to see it become standard in this genre. Reloading can either be done by lowering your weapon to your ammo bag, or fully manually, which with two-handed weapons is rather inconvenient if you happen to be entertaining friends. Weapons are stored via a holster system, which consists of a primary weapon on your back, secondaries at each hip, a grenade and small weapon on your chest, and ammo nestled below. All in all, it works fairly well, although I personally found interacting with it occasionally hit or miss, which I'm sure is at least partly due to the lack of actual full body tracking. Moving on to difficulty, of which the game offers 5 settings ranging from easy to hell. The higher the difficulty, the smarter, faster and hardier the enemy, and the higher the rewards. While easy provides a nice exploratory playthrough with an edge of challenge here and there, hell is rather aptly named. Now for locomotion. The game assigns one hand to teleportation and the other to smooth motion. Both work very well. There is also a very impressive range of settings, including comfort options. That leaves us with graphics, which are fantastic and are supported by a wide array of settings. Let's move on to the verdict. In my opinion, Dead Effect 2 is showing the VR industry how VR shooters should be done, and I sincerely hope it's paying attention. If you've even the barest interest in first-person shooters, this is not one to miss.